Hello and welcome to the Halo Forge Epidemic. This is Oakley HiDef and I'm here to bring you a new infection map, and this one is going to be called Zombie Highway, and it was made by EPIC SH00TER, who's made a couple of maps before and we've highlighted some of those. And the game type you're going to want to use for this is Out of the Frying Pan. So the map itself is extremely fun and it highlights mostly on warthogs, and that's what makes the map so great, is just the sheer panic, terror, and just awesome fun that you get from this map. It plays a lot like you know, those classic run or die zombie maps that you used to play in Halo 3 Sandtrap, where you just get in the warthog and you run and you just run and your warthog is rolling, machine guns are blaring, you're shooting everything up, and the zombies are chasing after you. So the game type works perfectly with that. Zombies are extremely fast, so they can keep up pretty much to pace with the warthogs, and I think the map accentuates that gameplay perfectly, where you can see here there's a big circuit that you can follow, but along the way there's tons of obstacles in the way. Obviously over here you can't escape the map, but there's a bunch of obstacles in the way to keep the warthogs from, you know, camping in one spot. And when you're driving around in circles, you can't hide out in any one area and, you know, just keep going back in one stretch, because there will be obstacles, there will be twists and turns, and that's what keeps the warthogs slowed down and allows the zombies to have some cover. So guys, I really strongly recommend this map. This map is so much fun. You will shit your pants, piss your pants, leak out of every orifice because you're having so much fun on this map. I had a great time on it. I've played it multiple times, and it's just that classic laid-back zombie map where you don't have to be too tactical, you know, trying to pick up ammo and all that stuff like in other zombie maps, which, I mean, is fun, but this just goes back to the roots of Infection, where you're just running and gunning. And we had the whole lobby screaming when we were playing this, so I strongly recommend it. I would say compared to other zombie maps, this would be, if we're going to make comparisons, let's see, maybe if we're going to do a comparison for movies, other zombie games would possibly be, you know, Narnia, and in comparison this would be Lord of the Rings, so it kicks its ass. Other comparisons, if you guys have seen Signs with Mel Gibson, it's really, you know, a lame down alien invasion movie where they pour water on the aliens. Are you fucking kidding me? And so compared to this map would be, you know, Battle LA, where you got hordes of Marines shooting the aliens and stuff. So this is definitely a testosterone-filled map, so it's really fun, lots of screaming, lots of action, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. As for the gameplay itself, you can play on warthog or on foot. As you can see here, the zombies actually run really fast, so they are relatively hard to hit. You do have your DMR, which proves to be handy, but with multiple zombies sliding, you know, really quickly, it's going to be hard to kill them, especially when they get in close quarters. Add into that the fact that the zombies can jump really high, it's hard to track them. So here, I can pick off a couple of them when they're stopped, but this guy, for example, just runs past, and he's going to get the drop on us. Especially on foot, you know, you'll be able to use your shotgun every once in a while and hide in the houses, but for the most part, you're going to get swarmed. But there is that variety which is offered, which I really like about this map, which is obviously the fact that you can play on foot and, you know, try and survive like that, but being a highway, you definitely want to be in the warthogs. Speaking of which, there are tons of warthogs up for grabs at the spawn, so you will never really be low on warthogs, and even if they are full, like someone drives off without passengers, you can always get in the mongoose or try something new. But here we go, we're going to be at the start of a new round where we're over here, and the warthogs are just cruising out. So this is what I love, is the beginning of the map where you just run out in your convoy, you know, you're outrunning all the zombies, and here you go, just this running convoy of ships, of warthogs, you know, running around, and there you see you hit a bump, so it's not always straight sailing or cruising along the highway. There's going to be lots of stuff here, and we're going to hit this, one of my favorite parts here, which is when you're cruising, you come up here and then you hit this jump, and if you're going too fast, it's been designed so you crash there, so that's something you want to keep in mind, is don't go too fast around some areas of the map. At that jump you want to slow down, so there's a lot of ingenious alterations that the creator has made to this map. And there you go, those guys slowed down, but they weren't able to hit the turn, so you want a key driver, one who's very good is very important. And now we're looking for last man standing, and I give you the trolls. I fucking love this song. But yeah, this is essentially just to point out that no map is troll proof, and you will have some trolls. So there you go, that's one of the common trolling spots right there in the water. But as you can see, the zombies were keying on their, you know, their actions. So that's something you want to watch out for. If there's there's people missing on the map, I would check there. But here you go, you can see the, you know, the action sequence where we're just going through. You have the side passenger chipping in with his DMR, and he's just laying down the law. So this is really an awesome map for so many reasons, guys. I would recommend playing this, you know, in your custom games. You can play with any number of people, and it hails back to the old games. All right, so here you go, the jump. Our driver cautiously slowed down. There you go, and we made it perfectly. So if you play this strategically, if you play it slowly, if you play it smartly, then you'll be fine. You'll be able to hold out against the zombies. And I've I had the fortune to be gunner for many of these games. And there's Tom. He's gonna get flipped out of his mongoose. He's not doing too well. But yeah, I had the fortune to be in the gunner seat, and that's probably the most fun. So here I'm wheeling in. You get like 50 feet of air here, ramming down the zombies, and I am so lucky. I get clipped, but not necessarily destroyed right off the bat. And here I just, you can see a killing spree right there. So you can get a ridiculous amount of kills on this map, but as a zombie, it really doesn't feel that overpowered because you know, once I survive this round, I'll be able to play as a human. So playing as a humans is extremely fun. Here, even the driver, you can see he's mowing down all the humans, or sorry, mowing down all the zombies, running them over. I think he got a killing spree as a driver, which is insane. But sadly, we get flipped, and we take a little tumble off the cliff, which is a Lord of the Rings reference. I hope some of you get. But yeah, there you go. We get knocked out. Now here's going to be another view of the warthogs, you know, plowing their way through here, chased by the zombies. And here's the second half of the convoy moving along. And here's Tom, blimey mate, in his little mongoose. Tom is British, and we enjoy having him in customs. But there you go. He's driving like a Brit, almost on the wrong side of the road. And there you go. He's gonna get slashed. But we love our British THIP fans. And here you go, this is from the zombies' perspective, wheeling around. You can see the true speed of the zombies here, where you're kind of like gliding around as if it were ice. And you can see the humans on foot don't stand much of a chance. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to download the map and host in your custom games. Otherwise, feel free to join us in our custom games. So thanks guys, this has been Oakley HiDef with the Halo Forge Epidemic, and I'm signing out. Thank you.